Good afternoon. Quick video today, looking at problems that I have and other pickers may have, probably from this side of the pond as opposed to in the US. In the UK or in Europe, a lot of padlocks are all locks themselves, it says, are like this, flush. Okay, even down to good old master lock ones. This Abus, for argument's sake. Get the key back in. Then I come on to an American lock. Now, up until a little while ago, I didn't even own one. I was quite kindly sent one by Gordon. Then I won one, and then sent one by Hillbilly. So I'm lucky to have three. One a long shackle, same 1100 in a short shackle. I've got a 1200 here, and I've got this bad boy, a 700 series. Now, not only is the, even here on this, we've got a master lockout here, Morelotto, keyway straight, but when I come to an American lock, say this 1100, the keyway is more buried and at a slant. Now, I can still pick this, but a problem that I have, and hopefully someone can help me, let's take top of the keyway wrench. Firstly, you're unable to use the small side, which is quite clearly obvious. Putting it in here and reverting here. Now, it's probably the way I hold it, but I have a lot of moving of that or the tension wrench falling out. So what I've actually gone back to is some bottom of the keyway tension wrenches. Excuse the mess in here. Some bottom of the keyway tension wrenches, which seem to work a lot better as far as me holding them, but I've never picked it that way. I've only ever picked it this way. Now, it's probably my silly little hands or the way that this tension wrench is bent. However, when I'm picking away, let's find a pick. Even starting at the back, I don't know if it's because it's on an angle or I find that either with my finger slipping here or with this finger touching here, or even by actually picking out the wrench myself, and then this is already, for me, coming forward. I have to make a real conscious effort to hold it back. Now, it's obviously down to my picking ability, my picking skills. When I first got these, I was dead excited. See, and I still am. And they're a lovely pick to do. However, there has to be an easier way for us more novice pickers, should we say, to be able to pick these locks. It's not a problem with getting the movement on it or being able to find pins. It's just if I relax this tension in any way, because I'm getting a counterclockwise rotation, I tend to suffer with it slipping. Now, anyone that's seen some of my videos in the past, there we go, with me making my picks, I do tend to make them slightly shorter, slightly more, come here you bastard, more this shape, because they fit in my tiny little hands. So maybe it's my small hands, maybe it's my inability to be able to pick. I don't think my inability to pick is the case, to be honest, because I like to think that I'm not the best picker in the world, but I can quite happily pick up a master now, or pick up that Squire for argument's sake, or I don't know, this master or something similar, and have not necessarily more joy with the picking of it, or more success rather than the word joy, but have more control over the tension wrench. So what I'm trying to say is, obviously I'm doing something wrong, or I've got a strange way of picking. Someone asked me once, am I left-handed? The way that I'm trying to pick this. I'm not left-handed, I am actually right-handed, and I am attempting to hold this in my left hand, but I don't know, is it where I've actually got the tension wrench? Answers on a postcard please, to Zeus69 can't pick at #Locksport. What the hell are you doing? I'm enjoying picking, and it gives me a lot of pleasure, but unfortunately sometimes when you get more battles with the tension wrench than you do with the lock, maybe that tension wrench is bent the wrong way. Let's have a little go here. Let's try that. I do have some slightly bent tension wrenches and some more traditional, but even like that, just probably a bit firmer. Yeah, that's a bit better actually. But then the reason it was bent the other way is because then when I'm picking with the smaller top of the keyway part here, it fits better. I was once told when I first started that tension wrenches are probably more important than picks. And probably a bit like my wife that can't have enough shoes and handbags, you probably can't have enough tension wrenches. So that's my dilemma. So when I get to try and pop in pin 1, someone once told me, don't know if it's true, but the tension wrench can actually lift pin 1 for you when you're putting it in. When this happens, it is somewhat easier, but I also find the way that it goes over at the side, I can't even get my finger on the side of the lock itself. Now, I don't know, but it doesn't stop the enjoyment. But it's just a few tips that I'd like, really. Obviously in the States they're probably more used to this type of lock, and really that's why they appreciate our Euro locks, and this is a bit unusual for us, and that's why we appreciate these American locks and the Lotto locks that we get, because they're unusual for us, and that's half the challenge, I think. But I think that with my picking, I'm probably doing myself a bit of an injustice here, you know. You know, it's trying all sorts of picks today. There we go. It's a fun one. I don't mean to go on, but it's just any help that I can get, in the same way as any help that I can give to any pickers. Not that I know too much about the picking side of it, but any help with making a picks, you know, I'm only too keen to help. But there we go. That's my dilemma. So if anyone can help me, please feel free to drop me a line and put me right, because I'm gonna give that a rest for the moment and try again in a minute. But yeah, that's an issue that I'm having. Don't know if anybody else is having the same problem or whether it's just me, but yeah, any help on that, any guidance on that, I'd be grateful. But let's just see what we can do here, just to prove to myself that I can still pick something. Quick pick on a master one, let's see. Alright, I know that wasn't a single pin pick, but it's with this, put that back in, with this, you know, that's that much higher up because it's not offset. So any tips, any advice you can give me, be only too pleased to receive it. You could either email me at zeus69lockpicking@gmail.com, or obviously you can contact me through Facebook, or you can get me on my channel. which is gobbledygook at the moment, because not till I get to 100 subscribers can I get to change the name to 269 Locksport. So please subscribe. Please help me out with any comments that you can give me, and any help that you can give me as far as cracking on with these American locks, because I really enjoy them. And they're a great pick, and it gives me great pleasure when I do open one because of the problems that I'm having. But I think half the problems I'm having is due to inexperience in picking, and my inability to hold that all important tension wrench. I suppose with the larger lock, which is, they are quite thin, aren't they? I guess maybe with the larger, yeah, that's a bit firmer, I guess, in the 1205 as opposed to the 1100. So maybe a bit more joy there. I haven't quite cracked Big Boy yet, but it's going to be fun because he's heavy. And my little hands probably won't go all the way around it. But as I say, don't mean to go on, but love you lots. I know you always give great feedback, guys. And then who knows, once I've managed to crack those, you can probably help me with this Abus. Even though hopefully I'll have more joy with that myself. That's a 7240. Haven't yet picked it. It's a new purchase of mine, SD127. I come close, but it was a complete false set, and I thought I cracked it, but I hadn't. Thanks for watching, guys. Love you lots as always, and speak to you soon. Many thanks.